Hey guys, it's Ox here and welcome back to my channel. I am finally back with another keyboard review and I'm excited for this one as we are back reviewing HE keyboard and it's a 65% and it's a budget keyboard. So today, let's all take a look and listen at the new ND65 HE by Chil.Key. But first, a quick message for today's video sponsor, PCBWay. PCBWay is your one-stop shop for all your PCB prototyping needs and for your project, as they do offer a lot of services. And speaking of project, they are holding their 7th PCBWay project design contest. So if you have any project in mind and you want to see it come to life, you can join now, submit your ideas, and win prizes. If you are interested, check out PCBWay.com, links in the description. Also, a quick disclaimer that the board was sent by Chil.Key for a review, but I wasn't paid to make the video, and of course, I'll give you guys my honest and unbiased opinion about the ND65. You may check out my affiliate link down below as well if you will be keen on picking up the ND65 to help out the channel grow. First, let's talk about what is the ND65 HE. So this is a pre-built 65%. It has a full aluminum case, it's gasket mounted, magnetic switches, and HE PCB. So this is Chil.Key's entry on the HE gaming keyboard craze, and the price starts at $129. Shipping and tax is not included. So for the board, it was made specifically for gaming, as again the PCB is using the HE and has a magnetic HE switches. Now for the HE, you can actually switch or set and determine the actuation point that you want on the switches. With this, you can actually adjust the actuation point from 0.1mm to 4.00mm, which will actually allow you to find somehow an ideal key travel that suits you best when gaming. There's also a rapid trigger function on their own software, which we're gonna take a look in a bit. Now let's go ahead and unbox the ND65. First off, we are greeted with a manual. Now I always suggest to read the manual, especially if this is your first keyboard or your first HE board. Now, there's also a nice USB cable included at the backs, and actually that's about it. So let's just take a closer look at the board itself. Now, I did ask for the sky blue version, which uses an electrostatic coating, and honestly, the quality for this one, it's superb. It's not rough, even though you can see some textures here, it's actually smooth. Now, for the look or the look-wise of the board, it has a two-piece look to it. By means of two-piece, it has this accent piece, which is the white, while the main board is the sky blue. Now, at the top or front of the board, it also has a nice RGB accent piece to it as well. And at the back, they actually kept it simple, rocking a circular badge logo. So for the pre-built option, the PPT keycaps are actually good. The legends are clean and crisp. I'm actually surprised on how good the quality is. And now for the stock switches, again, it's using the magnetic switches by Gateron, mainly the KS37B. So Chil.Key has their own online configuration for the ND65, in which you can just quickly connect your board, add your own profiles up to 3 different configurations based on your preference for gaming. Interface-wise, it's nice, it's very straightforward. You can change the key, RGB, and rapid trigger function, and of course, some macro settings. There's also going to be some updates that they're going to do in terms of the functions in the board, and they will offer some more firmware upgrades. So now that we got all the stuff that you need to know about the ND65, let's go ahead and hear what they sound like. Honestly, this might surprise you, or if you already heard what an HE keyboard sounds like, it's not your typical custom keyboard sound, as again, it's using magnetic switches and HE PCB. So for this sound test, I haven't done any mods on the board, so you will be hearing this on stock. So please do enjoy the sound test on the ND65 HE. and that was the sound test on the ND65 HE. Please do let me know on what you think about them on the comment section down below. Let's have some quick discussions, and now let's talk about my thoughts and opinion about the board. First, let's talk about my thoughts on the feel. Now, this is where I was surprised because I actually didn't feel like I am typing on an HE board with magnetic switches, as it actually feels like a normal board to me. Comparing this to the Bog 75, typing on these feels way better and has a softer bottom out, and overall has a better or less stiffer typing feel. So it really has a nice give to it, and I can really feel the gasket. Now, sound-wise, same as the feel, it sounds like a normal keyboard to me. That's to me, so that's my preference when it comes to the sound. But the switches, it didn't sound mushy, has an overall character to it as well. Though it's not clacky and deep, of course it still has that mushy sound to it, but would say it's close to when you are using a silent switch and can pass somehow like a quiet switch nonetheless. I can say this sounds again way better than Bog 75 in my opinion. Now for the main part of the board, my thoughts on the HE. Now the actuation or the input speed when gaming with the HE feature, I can say 100% that it works for what it is, as I have noticed quite significant change on the reaction time or on the key press or input speed when actuating when moving on games. It also has a 1 kHz polling rate for lowered latency. Now the switches are again the magnetic switches from Gateron, which has a dual rail design that would help also on the stem stability. Now I can say it really works, especially on those small movements in game that could make or break or clutch situations, especially on an FPS games. Now on a normal keyboard, there are times that whenever you actuate, there's gonna be a slight delay when pressing the keys. Same as when you top out, there are times that it can still generate a small movement when letting go on a certain key press. This is where the ND65 comes into, to ensure that every key press and topping out is accurate whenever you are using it for gaming. Overall, I would say that the price, $129, the ND65 is something to consider if you ever wanted to try an HE board and see the difference it can make on your end. I would say that HE boards would have a slight advantage when you are gaming, although of course some games would require aim and other game sense, but having that feature where you can adjust the actuation or input of your switch, I would take that any day. I would say you can feel the difference mainly on playing FPS games, and would be suggesting using this on competitive and sweaty games. Now, you can still use this in a solo player game and would still get your money's worth. Now, I wouldn't want to say that you are missing out when you are not really into gaming, but if you are a gamer, getting an HE keyboard in general is something to consider. And that is it for the video, guys. I hope you all enjoyed the review on the ND65, and I really hope you find this helpful. If you do, please don't forget to leave a like, you can share the video, and of course, you can subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys on the next review. Peace.